This is Secret America.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Jack Danger along with Jay Gatling, and we've got a lot going on. I mean, a lot happened over the weekend, but first, before we get to that, let me talk about our sponsor real quick, maxassociates.etsy.com, the number one place for USA Pride gifts and patriotic apparel. Guys, you want to make sure you go and check this place out because there is nothing, there's nothing that you can get somewhere else that you can't get here, but they also have better stuff, more specific things that really cater to who you are, what you believe in. But they also have the most unbelievable deals, 20% off your order and free shipping anywhere in the United States. You can't beat a deal like that. There's no point in going to another place to get anything Americana. If you want anything that is America, you go to maxassociates.etsy.com. You get your 20% off, you get your free shipping, and then you get stuff for half the price, basically, that you would get it anywhere else. So, I mean, going anywhere else just doesn't make sense at this point in time. So, maxassociates.etsy.com. I also want to mention real quick, guys, that the book is finally out, Jay. By Design, the first Black president. My first ever novel is finally out, and it is on Amazon, or you can go to secretamericalive.com. And if you go to secretamericalive.com, you can get the book, or you can even buy a signed copy, because that's only available on secretamericalive.com. Because if you get one on Amazon, they're going to just ship it straight to you. I'm not going to be able to get it and sign it or write a message or anything like that. So definitely check it out. It's already got a bunch of 5-star reviews on Amazon for people that have read it on the Kindle and other things. I mean, it was actually live yesterday, and there's a couple of people that have already read the entire book because it's that difficult to put down. So definitely, you're gonna want to check it out. If you've ever wondered what this right here, this book tells you, if you've ever wondered what really happened during the rise of America's first Black president. The reason I don't say his name or show his pictures because I'm not allowed to use his likeness for these things. Okay, so I say America's first Black president. That's what I have to say for legal reasons. But if you've ever wondered about the rise of America's first Black president, if you've ever wondered about his relationships, his children, all those things are in this book. It's a fictional what if scenario. What if the conspiracy theories you've heard are actually true? This tells that story as if they were true, Jay.
Hey, listen, just based on the cover alone, go to Amazon and leave Jack a 5-star review and then get the book and read it. How about that? Based on that cover alone, please.
The cover is awesome. It took a while to design that cover, let me tell you.
No, it's a great cover. It really is. And listen, even though you're not using the likeness, you're not allowed. Everybody's going to know what it's about. So just get there.
That's what I want people to know what it's about without using, obviously the likeness and stuff like that. And I do have to say, just for legal reasons, it is a fictional book. It's not real, but it tells the story as if the conspiracy theories you've heard were real. It's the best alternate history or what if scenario book. So what if these things were all real from the very beginning? It tells you the story of how that happened and how they got to where they are at this point. So you're going to want to read it. It's very interesting. If you don't believe me, you can go to Amazon, go on Kindle, and you can read. The Kindle app is free to download, by the way. You can go on Kindle. It's the free to download app, and you can read the first, I think it's like 30 pages, like a sample thing. I can promise you after you read those pages, you are going to want to read the book. All right, man.
All right.
We got a lot going on. Let me tell you. Apparently there was, I don't know if it was quite a terrorist attack or what it was, man. I mean, what was it? Was it a terrorist attack?
I don't know if they're labeling it a terrorist attack yet, but to me, I mean, I know there's certain things that have the criteria that have to be met to officially label it a terrorist attack, but yeah, it's a terrorist attack. It's domestic terrorism to me.
Well, they try to label things as such. By the way, real quick though, I do want to thank everybody that has already ordered the book, like Shirley and Raina and Deb and Jay, my partner here. Everybody that has already ordered the book. So I want to thank you all for that. I really appreciate it.
And if it doesn't get here within a timely manner, I'm going to have to complain. So it better do something.
I will say, for everybody out there, though, I don't make much money on these books. You can ask Amazon. They rip you off like you would not believe. So for each book where you see it says like a hardcover $29.99, I probably make $5 or $6 for that book. So it's really not about the money. I can promise you I'm not going to get rich selling a book on Amazon. It's more about people reading this and me trying to see where I am as a writer and see if people enjoy the book, because I plan on writing a whole lot more by design novels for different things. Like the next thing I'm going to write about is going to be COVID and the 2020 election together and how that happened, as if all the conspiracy theories are true. That's what it's going to be next. So, that's why I'm trying to kind of gauge where I am as a writer. If people like it, if they don't like it, what I could do better. So, yeah, I'm not going to get rich selling a book on Amazon. I can promise you that.
Well, never say never.
No, dude, they could buy thousands of copies and I would not get you. Amazon, I mean, oh my God. Okay, first of all, they take like, I think it's like 30% royalties, right?
Yeah.
Then they still charge you to print and ship the thing. Every single book. They take the royalties and they charge you to print and ship the thing. I mean, it is the amount of money they take from your book is staggering. When I said $5-6 a book off a $30 book, I wasn't lying.
No, absolutely. I used to have Amazon stores. I know how much they take.
Yeah.
And they're very they're very tough. It's tough, but you got it on there and now it's there. And last week it looked glim. And now all of a sudden your book's out there. Better. So it turned out. So now it's out there. Please, everybody, go get it. Give it that great 5-star review. And maybe Jack will make a lot of money selling those books on Amazon. You never know.
Well, what I'm hoping is that I get good reviews on this book, and then maybe I can parlay that into a publisher for future books to help them get out there to everybody, because obviously just on Amazon's not going to get out there to everybody. So we'll see. It all depends on the reviews. So if you guys like the book, review it. If you don't like the book, don't review it. Just be nice. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about this for a second, Jay. I've got different camera angles of this. Have you seen the one? Okay, let me say real quick for everybody that doesn't know. Apparently, there was an attack on the 26th Federal Plaza in New York City, which houses ICE's field office. You know, it's probably like the first thing that comes to your mind is a leftist terrorism attack, kind of like they did with the Teslas. You know what I mean? The same type of thing, because they hate ICE and they think that doing this is going to somehow bring down the entire organization.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but let's check this video out, Jay. Have you seen the video where it's like a ground level shot? Have you seen that video?
I've seen a few.
Seen the video from the air.
I've seen the ground level. I saw one ground level where it's looking from one side, and then the aerial one's coming from the other side. But yeah, that's
the one that most people have seen, is the aerial shot. Let's show the ground level real quick. I want everybody to see this, because it is very interesting. I've actually not even watched this yet. So let's check this out. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, they already got him against the fence.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, they got him on the left against the rail, against the barriers. Yep.
You can hear a pop in a minute. Either you hear a pop now or it was right before this. Because as the fire is going, you can see him throw something in the fire before he runs.
Yeah, that was before.
Okay, it was before this. And
if you go to the aerial, and you'll see him. Yeah, show this one.
Yeah, you can see him run and throw something in the fire. That's after the explosion.
Yep.
For anybody that doesn't know, that's him right there. You'll see him run out, throw something in the fire, and then run away. And then you'll see like a pop. It's almost like fireworks, I think it is.
He throws it there.
Fast forward.
He just threw it.
He did? I didn't see him. Where? Oh, right there you go. You see him throw it. He walks away.
And then he gets stopped right there by the light pole.
Yep, and then you hear the pop in a minute. You'll see fire. It looks like fireworks.
Well, yeah. Watch this girl running by. She's on one of the.
Ow! Right there. Yep.
Bro, she's lucky.
Very lucky.
Lucky that there was that wasn't a big secondary device that she just ran into.
Oh, she was extremely lucky, man. And yeah, he was just using fireworks. That's all it was. It was fireworks. You could tell it was fireworks.
Well, he spread it looked like gasoline down on the ground.
Yeah.
And then he almost lit himself on fire. He was close.
Oh, yeah.
And
he had
spread
fireworks. Yeah, go ahead.
But it also looked like, Jack, in the initial thing, like when he throws everything on the ground, it almost looks like Molotov cocktails or something, like bottles.
I mean, that's possible because all that is gasoline with a rag. So it's very possible that he used those to spread the fire. But what's 100% sure is it was gasoline, whatever he used to light the gasoline, and then fireworks on top of it. It wasn't a real attack. This was just all for show. It was not an attack. So for anybody that says it was a terrorist attack, it wasn't.
Well, I think
he could have tried to kill people. He could have set the building on fire. Instead, he did. It was a show. It was a show.
Hold on a minute.
He wanted to be somebody.
Well, one sec here. Hold on. 3 people did get hurt. And
Yeah.
he was also armed with pellet guns. He fired shots at the building. He's lucky he didn't get shot for that because those guns look real. And he had an axe.
Yeah.
Axe, maybe a couple of axes and a couple of knives on him. So
That's
I don't
true.
know.
But if he wanted to kill somebody, he easily could have. He had the pellet, he had the axes, he had the knives. He could have went around and stabbed people. He did this as a show. He never was going to actually hurt anybody. That's why he was shooting pellet guns at the building, not at people. And it's why he put a fire, not a bomb. It's why he used fireworks, not bombs.
I'd like to hear more. I would like to hear more about it, but I would. But right now, he just looks like a lunatic. He's an ex-Army vet.
Well, he's a nutcase. He's a nutcase. But I also think that he knows he didn't want to go too far. He knew he was going to get in trouble for this, but he wanted to be on television. He wanted to be a leftist symbol, but he did not want to go to jail for the rest of his life. So he made sure he didn't kill anybody.
He's lucky he didn't kill anybody.
Yep. I think that was lucky. I mean, like I said, I think that was a planned show.
He's lucky he didn't kill himself. Like I said, he almost caught himself on fire because this
guy's an ex-military.
Yeah, he's ex-Army vet. He's ex-Army.
And he almost caught himself on fire.
He dumped the bucket of gasoline all over the sidewalk, and then he lit it, and it caught his pant leg for like a half second. He's lucky. And then that girl, I mean, the one running towards it, I get it, but you get that tunnel vision. But if that was a secondary device that was actually going to do damage, she would have been right in it. And she was, I mean, ran right by. I mean, I get it, but gotta,
like I said, close. I mean, he could have killed people if he wanted to. I really think that he was trying to inflict more of a show for the leftists. He wanted to be a symbol. He wanted to be somebody without actually going to prison for the rest of his life.
Well, I think they should throw him in prison for the rest of his life anyway. How's that?
Yeah, well, could you imagine? And they will probably charge him with terrorism, but I honestly don't think that he was trying to kill anybody. Should he get in trouble? Obviously, he should go to prison for, I would say 10 years is good enough for this. I don't think more than 10 years is necessary for something when he could have tried to hurt people and he didn't. I mean, I don't think it's that,
I don't know. You're being a little more lenient. You're being more lenient.
Time.
You must be. You're in a generous mood today because you got your book out. You're feeling good.
Nathan just bought it, by the way. Nate, our buddy Nate.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You're a little bit soft today, I gotta say, because I
well, I don't want to send. You know how long 10 years is? That is a long time. I don't want to send somebody to prison for the rest of their life for something when you could tell they didn't try to hurt or at least kill anybody. How about that?
Well, I also think, Jack, in order to do this, you got to be you're crazy too. So maybe that he needs to be evaluated, number one, and he needs to be punished.
Absolutely.
He's obviously nuts. He's he's obviously influenced by this stuff. And Jack, you know what I was thinking? And this goes down your lane more than mine.
What's that?
And I thought this, and I'm surprised you didn't bring this to me. Where I'm thinking lately, we have all these vets, either they're making crazy statements in uniform or ex-vets making crazy statements against the president in uniform, knowing they're going to get in trouble for it, whether they're going to get arrested because they threaten the president or the military justice if they're active military. And now you have this guy, ex-military. Is there something going on with what Tim Burchett calls this new MK Ultra, where it's maybe targeting members of our military or ex-military to do ridiculous things?
I'm going to tell you why I didn't bring that to your attention. Most of those people are not actually in the military. Those are military outfits that they got to make a point, to try to make people think the military is against this or against that. Most of the people that you see on social media, they are not actually in the military. They never were.
No, but I'm talking about.
They wear these outfits to make a point. It makes people think they're in the military, and it makes people think the military is against Trump or against this. I could go put on a military outfit and say, hey, they don't even have to say anything, Jay. People just assume they're in the military.
No, I'm talking real military. The guy,
but
the
how
guy
do you know these people are in the military?
Because it's documented. It was proven. The guy
who?
who went up on the steps at the Capitol, the Air Force guy.
No, I'm talking about the people on social media that do videos talking about they hate Trump or this or that. That's just for show.
I'm talking about guys that are carrying out acts like this, where in uniform. Like the guy who went up in uniform and impeached Trump, the guy's active Air Force, he's got in court. He's done.
I must not have seen that. I don't know who
that was about. Like 2 weeks ago. And then we just had last week the guy who was wearing his utilities. I think he was Marines. He's not active anymore, but he's wearing a uniform and he's running for office. I think in Florida. And he's
do you know how many military people there are now and in the past?
I'm just saying. I'm asking a question.
There's gonna be nutcases out there.
Yeah, I know, but
millions and millions of people.
I'm just saying. I thought of it like, why does it seem to be a rash of people that are in the military, ex-military lately, that are doing stuff that's just crazy and stupid?
And that's possible. I mean, I want to tell you that MK Ultra and things like that are reserved more for violent acts similar to this, but they're not going to carry out something like this without an agenda of hurting people. See, how you get change is through shock. You get change through shock. They want shock and awe. That's how you get change. Something like this is not going to cause change. Something like the guy walking up to Trump, saying, I hate you, impeach, whatever. That's not going to cause change. MK Ultra and stuff like that is strictly reserved for serious things. Change like a Charlie Kirk type change. Okay. And don't even get me started on that shit.
I won't.
Don't get me started on the Charlie Kirk thing. We'll be here all fucking night.
Maybe one day. That'll be a very interesting show. I'll tell you that, everybody, right now, if we ever do that show. But
we're doing it. We're doing it.
One day, maybe once we're too big to cancel. But
I'm gonna write a book about that. You better believe that. That's gonna be my third book after this COVID one that I'm writing.
Yes, I think it should at least be the third book.
Oh, it's going to be the third one, the Charlie Kirk.
Can we do the
saga.
fifth book?
You better believe it.
Can we make it the fifth book?
Oh no, because I got to do it while it's fresh. Because when people see the conspiracy theories come alive,
I'm stopping it right now.
It's going to click.
I'm cutting it off right now. All right, what else we have today?
All right, let's see what else we got. We got some. Actually, you know what we do have? Tell me what I want to ask you something, Jay. What is the sudden interest in war with every country?
War with every, what do you mean?
I want to know the sudden interest in the Trump administration in wanting to go to war with every country.
Who's every country?
Okay, first they're talking about now. I mean, it was Venezuela, then it was Iran. Now they're talking about they are pumping up people to want to go to war with Cuba. That's what they're doing. They're pumping it up.
I don't think it's a war. Like Venezuela wasn't a war.
Jay, they're pumping it up. Listen to this.
But it wasn't a war. Venezuela wasn't a war. Iran, war. Venezuela, not war. And Cuba, I don't think is going to be war either. I think it's more of an economic starvation.
Let's listen to what he said. He said, this is Marco Rubio, and this is the U.S. State Department too. Cuba, quote, has infiltrated the highest reaches of the U.S. government, recruited and cultivated generations of American activists, and backed an unprecedented wave of left-wing terrorism on American soil. You don't say that, Jay, unless you want to go to war.
Well, let's take a step back for a second.
This could have known. Hold on. Why now?
I don't know necessarily that that's a call to war, but also, hold on. Also, ourselves on this show talked about Karen freaking Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, going to Cuba.
She was a Cuban. That was back in the 70s. But I'm talking now.
Yeah, but it's been going on forever. I mean, is Marco Rubio wrong?
So why now, though?
Maybe now it's about time to take. He's trying to reshape the Western Hemisphere, is what he's trying to do.
But why, Jay? This is exact. And I love. I love America, and I love Rubio, and I love Trump. But Jay, this is why a lot of people see America as the bully. We go after this country, this country, this country. Well, Jay, that's why terrorists fly planes into buildings.
I hate that. I hate that. It's not our fault. Here's the thing. I hate that where you say that's why they have an excuse to fly. No, you don't target.
I didn't say
civilians.
They had an excuse to fly.
We're not targeting
I'm giving you
civilians.
a reason.
We don't target civilians. We never do. That
I
we
know,
got
but,
into this discussion last week, and we don't
but we
target
shape
civilians.
we shape civilians' lives, don't we? We blow out the buildings. We starve the country. I mean, we shape their lives.
But hold on. We also are
Naval
more
blockades,
we are
bombs. Come on.
also more I'll say it again, benevolent than any country in the world. We argue about how much aid we give around the world. It
That's
pisses
fine,
us off.
but we still go after every country. Why Cuba? Why now?
I think Cuba's always been something the United
But
States
why
has had an
now
interest in.
is the key?
Because
now.
right now is, I think, the time that maybe strike while the iron's hot. We just took Venezuela, was
Jay,
very successful.
We are this close
Cuba,
to losing the midterms because of Iran, and now you want to go to Cuba?
I'm not saying I want to go to Cuba and do anything right now. I'm just
saying, you. I'm not talking about you.
I'm not talking about even the administration.
Jay, if they keep doing this, Jay, if they do this, they will lose the. You know they have to pull out of Iran before the midterms, Jay. You know that.
I am leaving it to them, Jack. If they don't, I agree. It's going to be very difficult to win the midterms.
And now they're talking about Cuba. If they're still in Iran by the time the midterms roll around, and they're talking about Cuba, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, let's see what happens. Nothing's happened yet.
You know what's going to happen, Jay.
No, nothing's happened yet. Maybe that happens after the midterms. We'll see.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying what's going to happen to the midterms if we're still at war with Iran and we're talking about Cuba.
I don't think anybody cares about Cuba. Iran, they care about.
It's not about Cuba.
No, it is.
It's not about Iran.
But hold on. Here's the thing. Foreign policy itself is it polls extremely low in.
Not right now. Well, not right now.
Here's why it won't. Right now with Iran, the only reason why it's there is because gas prices are up. If gas prices weren't affected by what was happening in Iran,
Jay,
nobody would care.
It's not that.
Yes, it is.
Do you see what everybody's talking about? They're saying this was the president of no wars. Now we have one, and we're talking about another.
Right, but we're not in another right now. We're not even. I don't know.
How is that
I don't know what
excuse?
Marco Rubio said, but you're making the leap from what Marco Rubio said, which I don't think you disagree with what he said.
He just said Cuba infiltrated our government. You're telling me that's not a call to war?
Read it again. Read his direct quote again.
I will read you. No, I'm going to read. This is a direct quote. Cuba has infiltrated the highest reaches of the U.S. government, recruited and cultivated generations of American activists, and backed an unprecedented wave of left-wing terrorism on American soil. That's fine, Jay. Even if that's all true, it is going to cause us to lose the midterms. I'm not worried about Cuba. I don't care about Cuba. I'm saying it will cause us to lose the midterms, Jay. You know that.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know that with Cuba. I don't know. No, Iran.
Jay,
hold on.
Let me
finish.
Cuba or Iran.
Hold on.
Nobody gives a fuck about Cuba or Iran.
Let me answer you. If we're still dealing with Iran as the midterms come up and gas prices and oil prices have not come down to what they were going down to before this started up again, if they don't come down to like $65, $70 a barrel, it's going to be a problem. I totally agree with that. 100%.
It's not just the gas though, man.
But that's the biggest freaking
Everybody's
part.
talking about the no wars. That's what they're talking about.
No. That's social media bubble. I'm telling you, Jack.
Social media is the new reality.
No, but
Jay.
it's not. X is not the world. It's not.
Not just X. Social media is the world.
It's not.
Most of the world is social media.
But But I'm telling you now, it's if gas prices weren't affected by what we were doing in Iran, nobody would care. No, I'm telling you, they wouldn't care. Nobody. Oh my God, it's another war. If they were paying $2.50 per gallon for gas and everything else was the way it was right now, nobody would care about a war. I'm telling you.
Nobody is talking about the gas price. Only the people in California and New York are talking about gas prices.
No, that's not true. It's all of it. The average. Average price went above $4 again today. The average price went above $4,
and that's
not
fine.
good.
But they're talking about wars, Jay. Wars,
no, they're
not gas.
People are not voting on that, Jack. They're voting on the economy, and the economy to them is how much am I paying for gas right now? That's what I'm telling you.
Let me tell you how this works. American leftism is going to take every shot at Trump they can. So the no wars thing is the biggest shot they have right now. So American leftism is going to take that shot. Nobody there is going to vote for Trump, and because of the war. But even if they weren't going to vote for Trump before, nobody there going to vote for him now. But on the right side, Jay, yes, the right side might be talking about the gas prices, but let me tell you, the left side vastly outnumbers the right side when it comes to votes. And the war is the number one thing for them.
Fake votes. Fake votes.
It is what it is, man.
Well, I disagree. I think, first of all,
we don't vote, Jay. We don't vote.
Well, how many times have you heard me say How many times? If we turn out, we win. Yeah, I agree with you. Not enough Republicans turn out, especially when
But see, the
President
gas
Trump.
prices are the Republicans' number one issue.
No, they're big issue, but it's also the big issue that the media harps on constantly. It's
Yeah,
gas.
no, but what I'm saying is,
and it affects inflation.
It's
It's a ripple effect. High energy prices cause a little bit of inflation. We know that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in terms of votes, Jay. In terms of votes,
I don't.
The reason the right won't come out to vote if we're in let's say we're still in the Iran war and we're talking about Cuba. The reason the right won't turn out to vote is gas prices. The reason the left will turn out to vote is because of the no wars. So
I think. I don't
Jay,
agree.
you know, if we're still in war with Iran, we won't win the midterms.
I think that's because gas prices will still be high.
I just
not to do with the war.
Yeah, on the right, they care about gas prices. On the left, they hate Trump.
They hate him no matter what, Jack. If we were in no wars, they would hate him anyway.
But now they have this to unite them. The no wars is their symbol.
They would have found something else. And I think the no wars, and what I listen to, this is what I hear. I hear that coming from this far right. Oh my God, he said no wars. And he betrayed me. Here's a new thing I hear constantly.
Then that's more people that won't vote for him, Jay.
Hold on. It's ramping up every day on this platform. X is the one we're most familiar with. It's ramping up every day. The first thing I hear is, I voted for Trump 3 times. And as soon as I hear that, I say to myself, first of all, you probably didn't, because that's a talking point. And then the first thing I get from that faction is, we're in wars. It's either Epstein or wars. That's what I hear from that faction. I don't hear from that. Jay, the left would find anything to not vote for him and complain about.
What is wrong with voting for someone because you don't want to go to war?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
And what is wrong with being mad at that person if you go to war?
You can be mad at them, but to not vote for them to become a one-issue voter is retarded.
War is a pretty big issue.
Yeah, but it's a one issue and it's retarded. So if you want to turn this country over to communists, which we're trying to fight, we're trying to fight communists here. We're trying to fight them in Iran. We're trying to fight them in Cuba. Communism is what we're trying to fight in China. We're trying to fight communism. That's
why are we trying to fight communism in other countries when it's taking over America?
Because, well, hold on. Maybe how did they start to take over America?
They're taking over the Democratic Party. Jay. They're taking over. Why aren't we fighting the war here?
But we're trying to do that, but we're trying to fight it everywhere. That's what the United States has done for eons, is fight communism.
But how can we fight each other and other countries?
What's that?
How can we fight each other and other countries? How can we stop communism here, which it's taking over America? 10 more years, Jay, America will be a communist country.
Well, not if we can help it. If we win elections, it won't. But that's what I'm saying. Don't be a single issue voter. We can't win
elections if we're going to war.
That's a single issue.
It is what it is, Jay.
But it's a single issue voter. That's Democrat crap. You always say, don't act like the left. To say I'm not voting because of one issue, that's leftist.
I'm just trying, Jay, I'm trying to give a perspective, give you a perspective of everybody. And I'm going to tell you right now, 100% of the left, 20% of the right are not going to vote for him or the midterms because of the wars. That's Jay, we can't win with 20% of the right being against that. We can't.
That's my point with that faction of the right, what I just said. They're
not
acting
going
like
to come
leftists.
over suddenly unless he pulls out.
They're acting like leftists. I don't even, Jack, I don't even know that. See, I don't know. We'll find out in the midterms. I think we overestimate how many of them there are on the right. We know the leftists never vote.
Look at Nick Fuentes' followers. There are a lot.
I know there are, but my question is this: how many of them actually won? How many of them actually, number one, voted? One. Number two, how many of them actually were aligned with President Trump ever? I don't know.
Jay, now they can vote against him, against everybody. That's a huge negative.
Here's a prediction of mine. I think that even Nick Fuentes, and I've heard him actually make a little sense on some things lately that you and I disagree with. And I actually said, oh my God, he's actually making sense to me on this one. And I said, I could see Nick Fuentes, for all intents and purposes, as it gets closer, realizing that he can't tell his people to vote for Democrats. He can't. Because he knows that, well, I mean, he knows that is so far gone from most of the other things that he agrees with that he can't do it and sustain.
He's already told them to vote Democrat.
I think that's going to change. I could see it happening already. But regardless, what I'm saying is this: I think that's a faction of the right with the no wars, and it's the libertarian faction, and that's fine. But if you're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, and we know what it's going to be, it's communism, because you just said it. The Democrat Party, as we know, is being taken over by communists. We see it every day. So if you want to make that your one issue to let the country be taken over by communists, then have at it. I don't know what to tell you, but you're going to regret it real bad.
We can't afford to lose these people, Jay.
I know we can't. That's why I'm saying that right now. Don't let that one issue, no matter how much it bothers you, and that's fine. You're allowed to be bothered by it. It's the United States. You could have a very strong opinion on it and say it sucks and he lied. Say whatever you want. But when push comes to shove, if you're not going to vote, or you're going to go in there and vote for Democrats, or not voting is just as good as voting for Democrats, we've talked about that, right? Then you're not going to like what happens. Trust me. You are not going to like it when real communists, they're here, like Mamdani, like what we see in California, like what we see in Oregon, like what we see in Washington State, like what we're starting to see all over the country, Jack. Now we got one running in Michigan for Senate. You're not going to like it at all. It's going to be way worse than your issue with the fact that we're at war with Iran or whatever's going on with Iran right now. Trust me on that. And I think you agree with that.
Real quick, though, before we keep going, I want to thank Beast. He also, Beast USA, just bought a signed copy of the book.
Awesome.
So I want to thank Beast for that.
And where are you going tonight? Just plug that real quick. After the show, you're going to be on a couple of places.
Yeah, actually, it's going to be Drax and
K Daily.
K Daily. Yeah, it's the Daily Fix. I'll be there about 8:30 p.m. And then after that, we have a space with Matt Youngblood, actually. And it's on his page. I need to get his screen name. I need to get both of their screen names real quick so I can put it up there, because that's going to be good. We're going to talk not only about the book, but Jay, you should also come to the space, because we're not going to just talk about the book. We're going to talk about, he wants to talk about the presidents being related. He wants to talk about that whole thing, because that shocked a lot of people, man.
Who does? Matt does?
Yeah.
I'll try and stop in. That's usually when I'm eating dinner, but I will be listening.
Okay, so it's @_ the young blood. So I'll put that up there and it's on his main thing. Yeah, and he wants to, that's the thing a lot of people want to talk about with us, because that is something that really shocked a lot of people when you find out that every president except for one is blood related. I mean, by blood. I mean, it is what it is. Trump, Obama, whatever you want to say, these people are related by blood.
Yeah, it is what it is. There's no denying it. And people try to downplay the chances and say, "Oh no, it's not that much of a this, that." But what it is, and now Jack, great segue right now, because regardless of what the odds may be, regardless of what the odds are, the fact is that you have this line that we can't seem to get out of.
Exactly.
And now I will say to you that you were right about Darlene Graham. And
I forgot about that.
And there's a lot of people that thought like I did. There's a lot of people that thought like you did. And it was kind of, your end was right on this one, where a lot of people thought, no, this is going to be a stopgap. She's doing it to honor her brother. And it's a good move, because now you could actually let people decide in South Carolina who's the best candidate going to be. And I always said, whoever President Trump ends up endorsing is going to win the election. Well, very quickly, when she got there, number one, she dropped her married name and went to Darlene Graham. And then President Trump endorsed her. Now, I don't know why. I always, I'm very a huge supporter of his. I always try to defer to him and give him the benefit of the doubt. And I always say he does things for a reason, even if at first I'm perplexed by them sometimes. I'm hoping and praying that she does something extraordinary, like Lindsey Graham, before he died, said to the president, the Save America Act's on track. We're going to get it done through reconciliation, whatever. I'm hoping that that's what's going to happen here, because if not, if that doesn't happen, Jack, I don't get this one. That's me.
Well, the reason I figured this was going to happen is because the number one principle of power, and I've talked about this before, power only wants more power. Power does not give up power willingly. I don't care if you're there temporarily. I don't care if you're there for one day. You're not going to want to give up the power once you feel the power. You're not going to give it up. So she probably said, hey, if you endorse me, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to do whatever I can for you. Will she do that? I don't know. But I can tell you that as soon as he named her, I figured, she's going she's going to stay. She's going to say, you know what, I'm going to stay. But what I don't like, Jay, is the fact that now it seems like congressional seats are something to be willed down to people through estates. It is no longer a thing that you vote for. If someone in your family has a congressional seat and they die, the congressional seat now goes to someone else in your family. See Pelosi, that's not even a death. That's just, passing down the seat. See Graham now. There's many other examples. And now it's basically you can will your seat to your next of kin.
No, I think I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't think this was, we know, well, I would say it's pretty sure in this one that the founders didn't have this in mind.
No,
but
God, no.
we would think, but I don't love it. I'm hoping that she surprises us and does something with this. And all I care about is the Save America. I care about the Save America Act, Jack. If this woman somehow figures out a way to maybe, I don't know, as a tribute to a brother, get the Save America Act passed, okay, I'll take it and I'll live with it. But if that doesn't happen, then I don't see the reason why this went this way. I don't. We'll maybe we'll figure it out later on. But right now, I don't love it. We'll see.
Give me 1 second. I'm looking right here. I am asking how many family members of Congress member. Mm-hmm. Whoa, listen to this. This is unbelievable. I have said before, and I have said this before, that congressional seats are now something to be willed through an estate. Take a listen to this, Jay. Take a listen to this. 45 women have directly succeeded their late husbands in Congress.
Yes, I said that to you. I said that to you. It was 45 or 48 last time.
Two women have directly succeeded their living husbands. 5 children have succeeded their parent. 1 daughter succeeded her mother. In the 2024 election, it was Erica Lee Carter succeeded Sheila Jackson Lee. What the hell is going on? Lisa Murkowski succeeded her father.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, Jay, it's become something to either will or to pass down like family jewelry, like an heirloom.
It's become generational power is what it has. It's generational power. And I like I said, I said it to you last week that it's happened a lot. Now, what we were hoping in this case is that, no, this would be a ceremonial thing. She'll be there for 40 sessions, whatever, and then she'll turn it over to whoever the people of South Carolina decide they want to be their next senator or run as their Republican. And it just doesn't happen. Listen, President Trump gave her the endorsement. Her last name is Graham. You know there's a ton of money there. She's winning. That's it. She's going to be the senator.
Actually, Deborah, I was the one. I don't know if he named the numbers or what, but I was the one that said they're passing it down from family member to family member. And they keep doing that shit. And it's getting tiresome. Our
dispute was you when I said it's happened before where it's been passed down after somebody dies. You didn't agree with me on that. And I said it's happened a ton of times. There's precedent for this is what I said. And there's precedent.
Then there might be precedent, but that's I guess what I was trying to get at is the precedent's not what matters. What matters is the fact that they're passing these things down as either it's something willed in your estate or it's something like a family heirloom. You can pass it to your next of kin in death through a will, apparently, or even if I want to retire, I'm going to pass it to my daughter. Apparently, that is the unwritten rule in American politics now. Whoever dies or whatever, they give it to the family member. That is the unwritten rule, and apparently it's been like that for a long time. What the hell is going on here, man?
Well,
I thought we voted for these people.
When people say they want President Trump, they want Barron Trump, they want Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, I kind of shy away from that. And I say, maybe Barron Trump later on. Well, first of all, he's way too young. He's 19 years old. So it's years before he's even eligible.
You have to be at least 35.
35. So he's got years. But I don't want to see Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. run for president to try to succeed at them. I don't want that. We don't want another Bush or the Clintons trying to do it or, how many other families. We don't want it. We want to vote. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like these dynasties. Whether they're the president.
Well, if they run, that's one thing, Jay. But these people are handing the shit down to them.
Yeah, no, that's even worse. But I don't even want them. I don't even want them running just because of. I don't know.
Well, I know. But let's say they run and they win via votes. I mean, I can live with that. But if we're talking about actually handing shit down, this woman got handed this because her husband died. All these other people, 45 women got handed it because their husbands died.
Yeah.
Are they killing their husbands?
No, I don't think so.
45 is a lot. That seems like
also,
a lot to me.
I think a lot of them were years and years ago where people did die a lot easier.
Seems like a lot to me. 45.
Well,
and
I mean,
the ones that took over the seat. That's not how many people were killed.
Oh, I don't know. I'm
going to look into that. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, look into it. You can. Somebody just said, what happened to Jeb Bush? I said, Donald Trump happened to Jeb Bush. Because if you remember, it was supposed to be Jeb Bush's turn. That was Jeb Bush was supposed to be the Republican nominee in 2016.
Was he really?
Oh, absolutely.
No, I don't remember that.
Yes, it was his turn. And because it was a Bush.
We need nepotism laws. Thank you.
I mean, listen, his father, his grandfather, his brother and his father were both president, and it was his turn. He was the governor of Florida. I mean, a huge political family, right? A lot of power. They still have power, too much. But President Trump is the one who derailed that whole thing and ended that dynasty. He ended the Clinton dynasty. He ended the Obama dynasty. He ended all this stuff. I don't want to see necessarily somebody get it just because their name is Trump. I get it. They would have to run. But I would like to see somebody if they run. I mean, I don't even know if I want them
I don't want to see him get it. I understand what you're saying because it's still too much. Like the Kennedys would but at least if they run, I can give them, whatever, the benefit of the doubt. But if you're talking about passing it down like they have been, just handing it over to the next person, nobody voted for that person. What is this person's qualifications? What, simply being the spouse?
Well, now, I mean, Darlene Graham is going to have to run she's going to fill out this term, but it is kind of like it was handed to her. I mean, look at Jack. Imagine look at the leg up she has. Yeah, her name is Graham. Ridiculous. I mean, she's got the president's endorsement like that just for showing up. I mean, she didn't have to do anything to get it other than be Lindsey Graham's sister. And now it's South Carolina. She's going to win that race. I don't love that. And she hasn't proven it. Now, listen, she has 40 or so sessions to actually prove something to us.
Yeah, well,
Let's see. I'm not holding my breath. I'm just hoping.
I like that Matt says, like the TV show All in the Family. It's funny you mention that because our thumbnail is our thumbnail, okay? We put it's all in the family, congressionally speaking. And you can see there's John Thune right there. You can see him. Whoops. Let me get that back there. You can see him right there. And he says, as for the South Carolina Senate seat, Lindsey leaves that to Darlene Graham because we're at the will reading for Lindsey Graham. And apparently, John Thune was reading the will and it was left to Darlene Graham, who now says, yes, now I control America. And then Jay's holding Lindsey Graham's ashes. And I say, this sucks. Let's bail.
Well,
but you get the gist of it. They're at the will reading for Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey leaves the congressional seat to Darlene Graham. That's the basics of American politics these days.
Well, I'm going to leave the urn with John Thune and leave.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Well, yeah, this sucks. Let's bail. You can give it to Darlene Graham.
There are people that are not happy about this. There are people that are, big people in South Carolina who are very political in South Carolina who are actually very surprised this happened. They didn't see it coming. No. I didn't see it coming. You guys did. It is what it is, and we'll see what happens. As I said, she's got a little time to actually show us what she's made of. I'm not Jack. Here's what I'll be: extremely cautiously optimistic on it. We'll see.
I mean, you can be optimistic, but I mean, like I said, she's not going to relinquish power. Nobody's going to relinquish power. It's just not going to happen.
Hey, man, a Senate seat's a big deal.
Yeah. And I knew she wasn't going to relinquish the power because, like I said, it's different once you get there. Once you have that power, once you have like a bunch of staffers at your beck and call, they'll do anything you want. Once you have people calling you up saying, hey, if you do this, we'll give you millions of dollars. Hey, you have the power to do this vote. We'll give you millions of dollars. I mean, that's powerful, and it makes people want to do it, and that's why, when she first got in, I bet she was inundated with calls for favors and votes and money and this and that. So of course, that's powerful. It's alluring, it's enticing, and your power. That's why I say power does not give up power willingly. It will never give up power. I've not seen one person willingly give up power. It's either health reasons or death.
You're right. And Deborah, I agree. I'd rather have her than a Democrat or a socialist. 100%. I absolutely agree. We talk
why
about
can't
that
we
all
have
the
a
time.
different Republican in that spot? Why's it got to be her?
And here's what I'll say right now. I want the Save America Act passed. We all do. It's the most important thing we could have done. If that doesn't get done going forward, if she still votes with the president like her brother did, I'll live with it. It's going to be better than, as you said, a Democrat or some complete rhino who's, 50-50. If she stays, I guess it is what it is, man.
Should have put in Mark Lynch.
Listen, these guys got to be smarter, Jack. These guys got to be smarter. They have to understand where he's the president. His endorsement means the most. It's going to mean a lot even when he's done in 28. His endorsement is going to mean a lot. It still will. Not as much as when he's president, of course, but a lot. Just like Ronald Reagan's did when he left, right? But these guys they have to be a little smarter politicians. They just do. And I hate, we say we don't want politicians. No, you don't want somebody who's in there just as a politician, but you need people who understand the political game, because I'm sorry, whether you like it or not, you have to work well with others sometimes, even if you don't want to. It's just the nature of the game, Jack. You know that. Whether we like it or not, those are the rules. And until those change, you better learn how to play by them, because if you're not getting anywhere. That's what I don't understand about some of these guys. But anyway, that's a whole nother show. But it just perplexes me sometimes. We talked about this. I think we texted about this last night when we said, why do politicians, I forget who we were talking about, but we were talking about somebody, and we said, why don't they get it? Why don't they understand that if they do this, they're not going to, and I said, I don't know. They get pulled in so many different directions. Some of them don't have the wherewithal to resist it sometimes. It's weird. It just is.
I gotta say, Lindsey Graham was always a snake, and maybe she is too. You never know. You never know.
Listen,
Grandma Kate placing bets. $1 she backstabs Trump out the door. You never know.
Well, what do you mean in 28?
I don't know. No, she may not win. Who knows?
Oh, she's gonna. Well, she's winning that election. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man. I really hope somebody with that's not connected to Congress is the most compromised industry in the world. Why would we want somebody that is compromised, that is connected to the compromising?
Could you go there and not be compromised?
I would do my best. I can tell you, I don't know. I've not been through that. But what I can tell you is I'd rather have someone that I know is not at least going into it. She was with him. Come on.
The reason this surprises me a little bit, and I get the whole thing about the power, is she was not known to be a political. I didn't even know she existed. Like, she was not known to be like this political person that got involved or was around her brother or wanted to be seen.
Wait a minute. That's his wife?
No, his sister.
Okay, good. I'm like, I thought he was gay. Okay.
No. I'm just saying she was never seen before. It's not like she was ever seen with him in public or going to fundraisers. Never heard of her. So that's kind of like what surprises me here. Like, I figured the reason why I thought that maybe she would be that just ceremonial, I'll stick it as, because she didn't seem to want it. I don't know.
No, but once you get there, Jay, like I said, it is all encompassing. Having people at your beck and call, having the power is alluring. It's impossible. It's the devil on your shoulder. It is impossible. He's whispering in your ear. The angel's not there. The devil's whispering in your ear.
Again, like I just said to you, and I would say it to myself, if I got in there, I would like to think, no, I'll resist it all. Even sometimes if you want to resist it, you just can't, because if you don't, then like I said, you got to learn how to play well with others, even when you don't want to. And it's kind of like you get picked apart piece by piece by piece. And then the money comes in, and then the favors got to be called back. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Politics is the most corrupt,
disgusting. It's disgusting. It is a disgusting business. This is why I would never run for any legitimate, like, big office. Would I maybe run for something local, small? Maybe. But even that, Jack, gets ugly. It gets ugly. And I would just, the reason why I would most not want to do it is not because of me, because of my family. I wouldn't want people taking shots at my family just to get to me. That's the sick part about it. It's really awful.
I gotta say, Jay, I love Deborah's innocence. I love her innocence. She just wants to honor her brother's memory and help the state. That's it, Jay.
I love Deb too. And I usually agree with her 100% of the time. I think Deb, if she was going to leave after this 40 sessions, I would agree with you. But now that she wants to stay, it's a little harder for me to agree with that right now.
But I love Deb's innocence. She's sweet, and she sees the best in people.
Hey, that's a great quality. But no, Stock Mom, I am not running for a small local office. I said, if anything, that was something I would do, but no, don't worry about it. I'm not running for any local office. Not happening.
Yeah. I mean, just trying to pick through all this is crazy because, oh gosh.
Well, what else do we have? Like, what else is going on today? I saw. What did I see? Never mind.
You just admitted that they would run for a small. I wouldn't mind running for an office. Is she talking about me or you? Probably talking about you.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Did you say you'd run for a small local office?
Well, but just before when I said if anything, that's what I would run for. But no, I really would not, because I always said I would never run. Even in
small local offices, depending on where you are,
it's ugly.
Oh man.
No, it's ugly. People, like I said, it's
ugly
even
as hell, dude.
That's a little bit of power. People would cut your throat for it. It's crazy.
Absolutely. It's amazing. Even having a small, like, say you're the head of the HOA in a neighborhood, that little bit of power, people want to cut your throat.
It's true. I was just talking to somebody. It's funny you said that. I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday who happens to be the head of an HOA. And the stuff that he was telling me is these are like people in their 70s and 80s, or 60s, 70s and 80s. And the way that the problems he's dealing with, you would be like, what? This is an HOA, and people are crazy. They bash you. They write emails. They're like, get the hell right. Stockmom said it's her stepfather, and we went out to lunch with him yesterday, and he's the head of. Once he moved into this place, he has like, I got to get involved. He's like, this is a mess, and he's got the personality, right? And so do we. So he's like, I got to get involved. And he got involved. And now he's like, as soon as this term's over, I'm done. It's like, I can't do it. It's a thankless job.
It is. It's horrible. It's horrible. All people do is all you hear is complaints and anger. You're not going to hear anything good. They're not going to come to you when something's going right. No. It's like being a cop. Nobody calls you when you're having a good day. And I was a union delegate for 4.5 years when I was a cop. And I loved it. But after that, I got promoted right before my term ended. But even if I didn't, I was done. I said, I've done enough to get anything done, And we're talking about in a precinct with about 250 cops. Not a lot of people, but the amount of phone calls you would have to make to get something done, the amount of feedback you'd have to get, the amount of hurdles you'd have to clear. You have to talk to it. Is the bureaucracy
draining.
Unbelievable.
God, the bureaucracy. Even at that level, Jack, where I'm saying 250 people, and I'm dealing with, the union office, and I have to go back and forth with the CEO of the command. But even at that level, the amount of stuff you have to do, that's why I said politics, man, you got to have a strong stomach, and you have to have a lot of wherewithal, and you have to have a lot of energy. And it's not for everybody, especially once you get to these higher levels, boy. Be careful what you wish for. Oh, man.
No, it's absolutely insane. I mean, yeah, you've got to see even the HOAs, like we talked about. I mean, it's actually, I would think it's worse in the HOAs than other places, because the HOAs, these people are nuts. I mean, this person's measuring, the length of a blade of grass. This person's grass is too high. Oh, this person's parked out in front of their driveway. This person's playing their music too loud. I mean, it is nuts. These people, I mean, you'd think they'd be happier living by themselves on a farm somewhere, but instead they chose to live around all these other people because they want to bitch and complain. Yep. It is being in the HOA board, one of the worst jobs you can have in America. And you don't get paid. You don't get paid.
That's what he was saying. Yes, he's like, I'm here sitting in the middle of summer. I'm in this freaking HOA meeting where I could be out on my boat, but I'm doing this
job.
Crap. Yeah. And he's like, and he's like, I've made great changes, but it's everything. It's like these people are like doing their own thing, and then when I call them out on it, hey, what are you doing? Well, they're not doing this the right way. That was another thing I got all the time. I would get, hey, this is in the contract. You got to do this for me. Okay. And then Jack, when they did something against, like totally against the rules, where the management could use the contract against them. Well, can we not go with the contract? Can you get me out of this one? 10 minutes ago, you wanted me to use the contract because it benefited you. But now that they could use it against you, you want me to go beg them to let's just look the other way on the contract. You can't win, man.
No. Being a representative for anybody in any way is going to cause you nothing but grief.
Yeah. And what I learned real quick is if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. So go into it with that mindset. Hey, I'm going to do stuff. People are going to get pissed at me, but I just got to do what I believe in and what's the right thing to do. And
same with this. It's the same with this show. I mean, people, I do what I do, and some people get angry, about what I say or whatever, but I'm still going to, say whatever. So, I mean, it's the same kind of thing. You just gotta just kind of put it behind you and not worry about it. But I mean, at the HOA, it's different because you live there with them. You are there you are in that neighborhood. They will knock on your door at 2 a.m.
Well, I think when it comes to the show, I think people appreciate authenticity, whether they agree with you or not, or they might hate you for it. But at least if you're being yourself and you're being real, I think they appreciate that. I think no matter, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's why our show is now the number one afternoon show on LFA TV. I mean, we've only been on this network now for about maybe 5 months, and we're already in the top 3 shows on the entire network, I mean, and we have the worst time slot. We have the worst time slot at the end of the day, the last show, but yet we're still absolutely killing it. So,
yeah, I think people enjoy the authenticity. They enjoy the back and forth that we have, on occasion when we don't agree. And when we do agree, we do. But yeah, I think that's true. I think that's a good thing in life. Just be yourself, be authentic, stick to your guns. And at certain point, if you got to acquiesce a little bit, you do so. But you should still, at the same time, stick to what you believe in. And
yeah, always,
always stick to what you believe in. But again, but in politics, you can do that. But at a certain point, there are going to be points where you're just going to have to. You're going to have to back off.
And then you eventually compromise once. You compromise again and again and again. Before you know it, you're somebody that that you can't even recognize. Anyways, we got to go real quick, Jay.
Real quick. Last thing I'm going to say. But at the same time, if you do that, eventually, you know what you'd like to think? The compromise will go your way eventually. So there you go. But go ahead.
You like to think that way. Matt, thank you very much for what you say. Jack and Jay, you were both great. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you. Jack is being himself. So is Jay. We love you guys. Don't ever change. If someone can't handle it, they can watch Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Cajun Lady. Serious Secret America podcast is the best live that nothing is Cindy voted. Truth matters. What does that say?
I don't know.
It's probably voice text, I would think.
Yeah.
Voice text messes up a lot of stuff, man.
Clear that up, Cajun.
And thank you, Kate. I'm happy you caught the last part of the show. Congratulations on the book, Jack, and look forward to reading it. Thank you, Kate. She was one of the ones also that bought a signed copy. So did Deb and Cajun Lady and a whole bunch of people. It's really nice to that. Let me just put it out one more time real quick. You guys can go to secretamericalive.com, or you can go to Amazon. You can just go straight to Amazon if you want to, but at secretamericalive.com, there's 2 links, one that clicks that goes right to Amazon that you can order straight from there, or one that clicks and you can get a signed copy. It's only $5 more. And the reason that's $5 more is because they ship it to me and then I have to pay to ship it back out to whoever. But, I would love to write messages to each and every one of you guys, because I appreciate everybody, every one of our fans, everyone that wants to read the book. I really appreciate it. Leave a review if you like it. If you don't like it, please don't leave a review, because then you're screwing me. So don't screw me.
Go ahead. Who else you got? You got our sponsor.
Yeah. Max Associates. Make sure you guys go to maxassociates.etsy.com. Seriously, you don't want to miss out on this deal. 20% off your order and free shipping anywhere in the United States. How could you possibly beat that deal? You can't beat that deal. I don't know how this guy even makes money. I don't think he does. I think he just loves America and wants to try to spread as much American pride as he can. That's what I think. But anyways, just go to maxassociates.etsy.com. You will not regret it. What's the harm in going and looking and seeing what he has? And then if you like it, 20% off, free shipping anywhere in the United States. You end up getting shirts for like $18, $19, because it's 20% off and free shipping anywhere in the United States. It's incredible the prices that they have with that. So definitely maxassociates.etsy.com. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe and follow us, okay? That's how we know we're making an impact. Please, we want to know that we are making an impact with you guys. It's subscribe to us and follow on X, YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and Instagram. Secret America TV is the screen name for every single one of those. So please make sure you subscribe and follow. We are live Monday through Friday, every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, Jay, I think we've solved all the problems that we can for one day. So for Jay Gatling, I am Jack Danger. Thank you for watching Secret America.
You've been listening to Secret America.